Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day, thanks in a large part to our pals at the VFS School of Game Design. Thank you so much, Vancouver Film School. Now, this rundown is dedicated to Ungerbar Plays, who says he loves our videos and to keep it up and block out the haters. There are no haters of EPN, are there? This rundown is all yours. The SNES Classic isn't the only way to feel that sweet, sweet 16-bit nostalgia. To celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Street Fighter franchise, Capcom is teaming up with IM8-bit to re-release the original version of Street Fighter II on actual Super Nintendo cartridges. These aren't just fancy-looking novelties, they're fully functioning SNES cartridges that actually work in the original consoles and come in two colors: opaque Ryu Red or translucent glow-in-the-dark Blanca Green. There's also cool new artwork and a premium instruction booklet. One unique thing about this cartridge is that there is a fire protection warning because IM8-bit can't be held responsible for the condition of your vintage Super Nintendo machine. The retro cartridges aren't cheap though. They cost $100 US and are limited to 5,500 units worldwide. They're available for order through the online Capcom store and will ship in November. This is about the billionth time Capcom has re-released Street Fighter II, but when a game is this iconic, you can't blame people for wanting to play it over and over again. Perfect! Street Fighter II is also one of the 21 original SNES games that will be included in the SNES Classic, which hits stores at the end of the month. Good luck finding one. Sonic the Hedgehog is running back into our lives for the second time this year. With a retro-style platformer Sonic Mania having just arrived a few weeks ago, Sega has announced that the next new game in the series, Sonic Forces, will launch on November 7th. This one is a 3D game that will tell a new story featuring several different versions of the iconic blue hedgehog, but we're a little nervous because Sonic doesn't exactly have the best track record when it comes to his 3D games. The Sonic formula typically works better in 2D, so we've got our fingers crossed that this one will be good. The game will be available simultaneously on the PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Battlefield 1 is opening up a whole new front next week. EA and developer DICE have announced that the latest expansion for their World War I shooter, In the Name of the Tsar, will deploy September 5th for premium pass holders and 2 weeks later for those who buy it separately. This is billed as the biggest expansion so far, giving players new maps, weapons, and vehicles based on the war's Russian front for the first time. 2 more expansions called Turning Tides and Apocalypse will arrive late this year and early next year. DICE is also working on a cool new mode for Battlefield 1 called Incursions. Instead of giving players massive battles with up to 64 players, Incursions is based around smaller, more tactical matches with only 5 people on each team. The developers hope this will give players a different kind of experience with a stronger emphasis on teamwork and skill. That's currently in alpha testing and will deploy soon. All this comes as DICE is putting the final touches on their next game, Star Wars Battlefront 2, which hits our galaxy this November. Unlike Battlefield 1, that game will make all its maps and modes available for free to all players. And speaking of a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars fans are getting a better idea of what toys to put on their holiday wish list this year. Today is the 3rd annual Force Friday, the day that Disney officially unveils and begins taking pre-orders for all the new Star Wars toys, merchandise, books, clothes, and other products they're releasing this holiday season. Because the new movie The Last Jedi hits theaters this December, most of the new toys are based around that film, so some of the toys are even based on new vehicles and characters that have yet to be unveiled in the trailers. One of those new characters is a droid called BB-9E, an adorably evil dark side counterpart to BB-8. Sphero has a cool new rolling toy based on the new robot, as well as a new R2-D2 toy that rolls around as well. You can learn more about Sphero's Force Friday offerings by watching our new interview with product director Carly Glogie on our channel. Disney paid more than $4 billion to buy Lucasfilm and the Star Wars franchise, and with a price tag like that, you know they're going to be releasing as much merchandise as possible. So expect Force Friday to become a regular thing. 20th Century Fox is hoping that the Oscars will go ape this year. Deadline reports that the studio has begun a huge Oscar push for their latest monkey movie, War for the Planet of the Apes. An Oscar push is basically when a studio launches a formal advertising and publicity campaign for a film aimed specifically at Academy voters, who are the ones who decide if a film will be nominated for an Oscar or not. When a particular film gets an Oscar push, it means the studio thinks it's good enough to win one of those coveted awards. The reason this is unusual is that Fox isn't just hoping War for the Planet of the Apes will claim victory in the familiar technical categories. Deadline claims claims that the studio also hopes to get the film nominated in the more prestigious categories like Best Picture, Best Director for Matt Reeves, and even Best Lead Actor for Andy Serkis, who appears in the film thanks to the help of computer artists. If Fox is successful, it will be one of the first times a big CGI-heavy action movie is nominated in one of those categories, although it wouldn't be the first time an Apes movie has broken new ground at the Oscars. Back in 1968, the original Planet of the Apes won an honorary Oscar for its makeup effects more than a decade before Best Makeup became a regular category.
But you're so damned ugly.
We'll let you know if War for the Planet of the Apes throws another monkey wrench into tradition. Another big genre film from 2017, Wonder Woman, is also getting a formal Oscar push, so we could be seeing apes go up against Amazonians. The Oscar nominees will be announced early next year. We've got to wrap this rundown up quick because we've got to make our way to Seattle. That's because PAX West, one of North America's biggest video game events, kicks off today in Seattle and runs all weekend long. Like previous years, dozens of AAA publishers and indie developers will be showing off their latest games, with many of them playable to the public on the show floor. That's what separates PAX from North America's most famous game event, E3. Unlike E3, which is a trade show, PAX is built around being open to the public, allowing game makers to meet and interact with their fans. It's branched out to several different cities over the years, and the popularity of PAX is one of the main reasons why E3 was forced to begin letting in members of the public earlier this year. Along with game demos, PAX also has cosplay competitions, live game tournaments, exclusive merchandise, and developer panels. I'll be moderating two of those panels, one on the impact that crowdfunding has had on game development, and another on the new Lord of the Rings game, Middle-earth: Shadow of War. If you're lucky enough to be going to PAX yourself, come and say hello if you see us. If you're not going, stay tuned because we're going to have lots of coverage on our channel over the coming days. That's it for the rundown today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you at PAX if you're going. And if you want to learn more about game design, visit our friends at VFS.edu. We'll be back again on Tuesday because Monday is a holiday. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you then.